This video is to give a tutorial on installing Ubuntu 16.04 into VirtualBox. First, we need to download Ubuntu from the web page. It's Ubuntu. Ubuntu.com downloads, and we want to get the desktop, so click on desktop, and we will just system requirements will download it. And today I'm not giving any contributions. You don't have to. They just ask for it, and then you can just simply download it. Depending on how fast the network that you're on, it's going to take a while, so I'm going to pause the video because, as you can see, it's going to take about 20 minutes. So now that Ubuntu is downloaded, what we're going to do is start up VirtualBox. I have a bunch of systems already installed, but just to go through this, you're going to click on New, and you can name it Ubuntu 16 or anything really, and it'll usually auto fill in both of these. I believe mine is 32-bit. Depends on which version you download, 64-bit or 32-bit. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 2048 for the memory. Click next. I'm gonna create a hard drive now because I just downloaded the ISO that I can point my hard drive to. I'm just gonna leave this as VDI and let it get dynamically allocated. I'm gonna give this just 256 gigs just in case we need it. And it created the server, but now we have to go through some of the settings. So what you can do is you can click on General to bring them all up. These seem to be all okay. What I usually do is I go to the if you have more than one processor, you can always up that. I'm just going to leave it as one. Display, I usually give all the video memory to it, and I just enable 3D acceleration. But for the storage, your CD drive is empty. I don't have a CD drive, so I'm going to point it to an ISO version of what we just downloaded, and it should be in my downloads folder, and I already had it, but we'll try one of these. It's a 64-bit, and we're going to say OK. Now when we start the PC off, if we have the right version of the ISO, we should start booting into Ubuntu like you see down here. Might take a few minutes. And we don't have the correct version, so I'm going to pause the video again and get the right version. Okay, let's try this again. What I did was I changed my 32-bit version to 64-bit, and then hopefully this will work. I changed it up in the settings here. I changed it to 64-bit to 32-bit, 32-bit to 64-bit. It looks like it's doing something, yes, and it's booting. Okay, so now we're going to wait for it to boot. And here it is. You can either try it or install it. Trying it just lets you. It's like a live CD or live DVD. Here we're going to go through the install. So I would click install in English or whatever language you use. You want to make sure you're connected to the internet because you want to download the updates and the install third-party Wi-Fi hardware, MP3 and Flash and other codecs. And then you'd click continue. It's okay to erase the whole disk because it's just a virtual disk anyway. It's not a real one of your hard drives. And I would use logical volume management just because it divides up the system a lot better. I'm not going to encrypt it because it's just going to slow it down, but you can encrypt to increase security. Or you can do your own volume management down here by clicking something else. I'm just going to erase it and choose these and install now. And it's asking you, do you really want to do this? And yes, we do. It knows I'm in Chicago, so it'll usually find out where you're at. If not, you can just drag and drop, or you can type a city or a state in here. Click continue. It's asking you what type of keyboard you want to use. Mine's English. I'm just going to click continue. Here we're just going to use a name. Mine's Vince. And you gotta choose a password. I chose a weak one. Not really, but it's a little weak. I always keep the checkbox require my password to log in. If not, you can just log in automatically, or you can even encrypt your home folder. I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to click continue. Now it's going to start installing Ubuntu 16.04. It's going to take a while, so I'm going to pause the video one more time. Okay, so the installation is complete, and now you're going to restart. So when we hit the restart button, the system restarts. It should eject the live CD. If not, we can just boot off of the virtual hard drive. There's a few things you can do to speed Ubuntu up. That should just be done in a separate video. I'm just trying to show you how to install a virtual system in VirtualBox. It does take a few minutes for the initial boot. Didn't know it took this long. I will pause the video and come back once again and let you know how it's going. So it looks like it's booting. It just took a couple more minutes after where I left it. And it's going to boot directly into the desktop screen login. And the initial username I used was my name, which was Vince. Typing in my password. And I typed it wrong. And here we go with Ubuntu 16.04. This is a great way to test to see if you even want this version on your laptop, because right now I have 15.04. I'm running an Asus laptop, and one time I installed this directly on here and my NVIDIA card stopped working because the NVIDIA drivers weren't operating properly, and I've learned my lesson, and now I've been installing systems, as you can see, through VirtualBox just to test them out. There's a lot of things that you can do to tweak Ubuntu to speed it up, because it tends to be a memory hog. Just by searching, most of the time it goes to Amazon. You can turn off the automatic Amazon searching. Here's the command line, which opens up in your username. There is a certain way to change the root password, because right now we don't know what it is. So what I usually do is sudo su sudo I think it's root password. So then here you would just type your password, and it didn't work. So we'll go through that again some other time, but as of now, Ubuntu 16.04 is installed and working. So that's it. Yep, this was my first ever video on a tutorial, so hopefully they will get better and better as I go along, but right now I'm just testing out a few things, and I'll see you later.